Hello and welcome back to another video. This time we're gonna just see compare and contrast the After Tarot with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. This is the original Rider-Waite-Smith by US Game Systems, and this is the Los Carabeo After Tarot, which shows images of what hypothetically would happen after the scene presented in the original Rider-Waite-Smith. So, yeah, let's begin. I have everything in order already. So, okay. So here we have the Fool has actually fallen and has lost his little pole with his bag, but he's still smelling the flower. Very, very, unbothered. And his little poor dog companion is very distressed. You can see the little face being like, oh no, you fell. Okay. Here we have the Magician with all the tools that are supposed to be in the table. They are levitating now. And somehow we have a pigeon, a little dove, to also, that also appeared in the table. Interesting. Oh, and I never noticed this, but here the binding of his dress is a snake. Do you see that? So yeah, weird. Okay, let's see what's different in the High Priestess. Nothing much. Just we have a bit of the scroll unraveled, and keys. She's holding on to 2 keys, and the moon has shifted from looking to the left to looking to the right. Okay. The Empress. A family of swans have appeared in the scene, and she's not doing much. She's the same as would be here. Maybe it's because she's welcoming the family. Here we have the Emperor in the same pose as we saw with the Empress. The only thing is that we have a ram. Here in front of the Emperor. And the Hierophant, the only difference that I see is that he's holding an open book. That's about it. Oh geez, okay. The Angel in the Lovers is holding up a sword horizontally, and Eve is passing the apple of knowledge to Adam. We can infer that this is Adam and Eve. And there's no snake in this in this tree. Here the sphinxes are standing up, and the charioteer is like directing the sphinxes. This is cute. She is hugging the lion, and the lion is loving it, as cats tend to do. Here the hermit's staff, it has transmuted or transformed into a snake, and there's a black wolf or a black dog that has appeared next to the hermit, and we see twinkling stars. This might be repetitive in the fact that I'll just be like noting my observations of each card and contrasting each deck, but it's I don't know, I wanted to do it. It's an exercise for me, so I hope if you stick around to the end, I hope you enjoy it. Oh, okay, so the serpent here that is just squiggly has converted into the Ouroboros here, and there's a monkey, and there's the Anubis, I'm not sure, and each winged character is holding an open book, and the Sphinx is looking down to the wheel. We have two figures in the Justice card. One appears to be a king, and one appears to be a poor person down on their luck. So they're like pleading with this Justice figure, and the Justice figure is just looking at them. Now the Hangman, this reminds me of the story of Loki. What's the name of Loki's wife? Sijin. This reminds me of Loki's like punishment, and Sijin like giving him water. I don't know. I'm going by what I know from the Magnus Chase, Rick Riordan, Magnus Chase books. I'm not very well read in Norse mythology, though I did read one Norse mythology book in audiobook form. That was fun. But yeah, I know it's mostly Odin who is seen as the hanged man hanging from the world tree, but I don't know, this figure here is like helping the hanged man, giving him water for him to be able to like continue in his sacrifice, a little bit of a respite in the constant of his situation, I guess. I don't know. Death, everybody's dying. We have the figure here that looks to be a king. We have the figure here that looks to be a priest, a kid and a maiden. The king person has fallen, the priest person has fallen, the kid has fallen, and the maiden person is alive and is crying, and the sun is now up in the sky. It's no longer just rising from the pillars, And yeah, death is on his way, I guess. For Temperance, we have... Funny that they didn't choose to bring the sun up. Maybe it's because it's like going down, maybe. But now the energy has changed from being like alchemized between these two cups, and it's being released into the earth and into the air. And the figure is no longer looking down, but looking up. For the Devil, we have the torch looking up, the fire looking upward, and the two figures that were chained are now in an embrace in the floor, while demons and demonic figures watch. I don't know. And the Tower is even more dramatic than before, because now the two figures have already reached the floor. They're probably dead. And then the tower is being destroyed now. There are bats flying around, and there's smoke, and this, I guess, is a second strike of a thunderbolt, because the first one was at the top of the tower, and the top of the tower is lit up in flames, and now this is breaking the rest of the tower. So yeah, and now nudity. So the star has nudity, by the way, so YouTube will not like this video. Anyway, she is now in the body of water, just releasing the water onto herself and onto the ground. The bird is now mid-flight, and she's just having a grand old time. And now there is a person coming forth. It looks like the magician. It seems similar. It looks very similar to the magician. I think that's the magician. And the crawfish, we're seeing it going back into the water. And the dogs are just barking at him, and the moon is looking perturbed. And now there is no horse in the sun, and there's an extra child that appeared out of nowhere and is pulling on the banner, and the child that was on the horse holding the banner is still holding the banner here. But okay, well, oh Lord. Okay. Well, Judgment, we can see that there are skeletons in tombs, and there are people levitating into the sky. So I guess we can call this one the Rapture. And now for the World, we have, instead of the figures, instead of the heads of the bull, the lion, eagle, and the angel, we have the symbols of the suits. And one of the hands is raised up into the sky. And yeah, that's the world. And I don't have them in order. Okay, well, And we're back. Okay, so we're back. Now on to the minor arcana. I have the Pentacle suit first. And it has a scarab. There's a beetle. A green beetle. And the hand has chosen to drop the pentacle and hold on to the beetle. Not my choice. Because beetles freak me out. But I understand that they're very beautiful. Okay. The Two of Pentacles shows the figure that is balancing, doing a balancing act with these two pentacles, and has a couple of figures that are walking towards him, and he seems to be walking toward them because there are some footprints over here. And we have a big ship and a little ship in the background as well. And the ocean seems to be very, very active. I don't know how to say that, but yes. Okay, so here we have the Three of Pentacles, and we no longer have a set of figures looking at the work that they've done, the architecture of the arch. We have mostly a person we could assume that is this person here, because the yellow cloak or apron or whatever. And this person is looking at this sculpture of a person gathering potatoes or a person gathering, holding a bunch of coins or something. And there's more on the floor. And we see tools here, the hammer and chisel. Four of Pentacles has this person trying to gather all the pentacles and hide them from death. Hold on to them while death takes him. I don't know. It's still a lesson in that we, this earthly realm, we will leave it in the same way that we arrived in it, all alone. We won't be taking anything with us on when we pass. So why hold on to everything so tightly? Okay, Five of Pentacles. They are just not having a good time. Nobody's having a good time here. I would have expected somebody to go outside from this structure and offer help. But it's just more people having a difficult time. That's Cleo. For the Six of Pentacles, we have this figure, the central figure, holding a balance. And these two figures have already gotten what they could from him. and he keeps on giving. 7 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has harvested what is ready to be harvested and is gonna wait until the rest are ready. But for now, he's taking one of them, one of the pentacles. Here he is not in the middle of the work. He has sort of come to a pause in the work just to see how the items look in the structure that he's constructing. And now the lady in the garden all on her own with the bird. The bird has flown away and she's just looking at the grapes. There's just, oh, there's a snail here. There's a snail that has gone from here to here in the meantime. That's funny. And the glove that she was using to hold the bird is down here. So I imagine it's a raptor bird. What is it called in English? It might be a hawk. Anyway, the 10 of Pentacles. It shows a kid with all of the pentacles in a chest. And the old man with the cloak is standing up here. And this seems to be like a tapestry. And the shield speaks of inheritance. Page of Pentacles is not alone. There's this figure with him, and it seems the page is showing him the pentacle, or about to give him the pentacle. I'm not sure. Oh no! That's embarrassing. Okay, now we have it. Knight of Pentacles is showing working people in the background, and he's like holding up the pentacle forward and moving the horse forward, as the horse is not stagnant or standing and in the on the hill. The horse is like, okay, here we go. And he has some oak leaves in his forehead. The Queen of Pentacles. Here is the little hair. It was over here in the corner, and now it's over here. And she's looking at her reflection in this pentacle / orb. Because if you see, it's like she has a reflection there, which is a cool effect. And then we have the King of Pentacles, and there's a bull in the middle of the card, and the King of Pentacles is just super chill. Like, okay, well, this guy needs my attention now. Ace of Swords. This is the sword is no longer being held by the hand in the sky. Now the hand in the sky is holding on to a falcon. And the falcon is being like blinded by the helmet situation that he has. So there's that. And here we have two figures that took each sword from her and are now having a fight or something. Yeah, it's like taking the situation out of the person's hand and like not necessarily relying on other people, but other people coming in to like make decisions for you because you are stagnant in that moment. And the heart is mending by itself. It has been bandaged up and the swords are out of the heart, and it's still raining, but now the heart can heal properly. And here we have a mourner person mourning the dead, I guess. Oh gosh, I did not do a good job of putting these cards in order. I apologize for that. So there's two people walking away. There's two swords on the ground, and he's holding on to that one sword in victory, as in, yay, I did it. While still holding the other two swords. Now they've arrived to the other part of the shore, and the two figures that were on the boat are now walking away, and this person is starting to unload the swords because apparently they're like baggage. They are the baggage. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So he is walking away and is about to walk straight into a trap. Interesting. And here is the card that I saw last time in my previous video that I said, I forget what I said. It's something about this person now like having somebody else coming in to help in releasing her from her bindings, instead of her grounding herself and using the swords around her to undo the bindings by herself. And here we have a real life monster and him like waking up to it and grabbing one of the swords and starting to defend himself. And here is the 10 of swords, and the person, all the swords are now out of his back. One of them is lying across on his body, as if these two people are gonna lower him down to the grave. The Page of Swords looks very threatening. It looks like he's about to encounter these three figures in a fight, and I don't know if he's ready for that, or she. And he is like fighting. He has charged straight into battle, and the poor horse is also stressed. Now the Queen of Swords is looking at the little butterfly. There's a butterfly here and here. And there are two other butterflies here. Oh, and the clouds are encroaching and the bird is coming closer. And this has the King of Swords has left a sword and a crown on the ground and is now putting his attention on the hawk that is on his arm. That is most likely the hawk that we saw in the Ace of Swords. We could infer. And now the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is now on the ground and the hand is holding on to a salamander. Salamanders are related to the element of fire because in the olden times they would keep the piles of wood together, I guess, outside, and salamanders would burrow into that wood, and when they picked up the wood to be burned, the salamanders would escape the fire pits, and that's where they got the superstition that salamanders were born from fire or something like that. I don't know, don't quote me, but that's what I heard. Two of Wands has a second figure and it's like they are sharing the world together or planning to share the world. They will conquer the world together. Wahaha. This could be a good exercise or deck for storytelling. Dang, we have a bunch of hawks and eagles and people with like gloves and like braces on their arms for holding the hawks. And now the union has been fulfilled and they are going on their honeymoon. Woo! The Five of Wands shows us the group of people that were sparring and they are just laying about, taking a break, and I guess they'll practice more after the break. Who knows? Here he is dedicating his victory to a certain someone, and yeah. And here we have the figure that was on top of the wands. He is jumping into the fray to to smack everybody with his wand. Oh my gosh. And then the Eight of Wands has somebody shooting an arrow. It looks to be, would you call it a practice outfit or a soldier's outfit? I don't know, because this is a lot of padding to just be out practicing. I don't know. He might be in a bit of a fray. And then Nine of Wands shows the same person that we have here with a companion. He has taken up one of the wands and he's also beat up and tired, and yeah, he's just again going by the 10 of Wands. Yeah, he dropped them. He dropped the wands. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is in a field with rolls of hay and a person looking at him from afar. It's like he's a traveler. Knight of Wands is apparently in Egypt, with the Sphinx and the pyramids in the background, and his horse is just continuing the jump. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 6. Okay, my cat needs food. Let me finish with the Queen and the King, and I'll give you food. Okay, Queen. There's a salamander here. There's a cat here. There's a sunflower. And it's just another angle in which the Queen is sitting in. Yeah. And then the King has another salamander. He is a salamander that's down here in the floor. It's now in his hand. And there are flowers blooming from the wand and flowers on the ground as well. And I'll be back because Cleo needs her food. Hello, and we're back. Cleo is eating now. So, on with the last suit, the suit of cups. We have the water flowing from the cup, and the little bread thing that you get in church is in the beak of the dove, and the hand in the sky is holding a heart, a full heart, and that's that. And this is the image in the cover, one of the images in the cover. The Two of Cups shows this couple of people embracing, and a cat on the floor, and then the Three of Cups shows them going and dancing their way into a winery. into a grape vineyard. I don't know. This is giving me vineyard vibes, and I went to a vineyard recently with friends. It was fun. Oh, okay. So the cup that was in the sky with the hand that was supposed to be imaginary, in my understanding, it was real, and it was full of water, but he still like poured it on the ground. And now he doesn't have any water because the rest of these cups are not full. So that's interesting. Five of Cups. He's not having a good time, but the person drowning is having an even worse time. And he's too focused on his loss to really see what's going on behind him. So that's tragic. And then for the Six of Cups, we have two kids and running towards an old man, presumably his grandfather, their grandfather. My cat is still meowing, even after giving her food. Oh gosh. Okay. Seven of Cups. The person has chosen riches and gold and jewels, but for whatever reason, he is now like trapped in the circle of the serpent. Oh no, not for whatever reason. There was a snake in this cup, and while he was distracted by all this riches, the snake went down and encircled him. Ah! And now the other person said, peace, I'm outie. And this new person came and was like, ooh, new stuff. It's like when we go thrifting. One person's trash is another man's treasure, sort of thing. Yeah, and then the moon has moved in the sky from one side to the other. And then here is the Nine of Cups. I don't necessarily like this Nine of Cups in the After Tarot, because it's like he's not really sharing his riches. He's not celebrating with people he knows or hosting a party like that. Like what I thought he would do. He's like being served this luscious meal and showing off his possessions. And then the Ten of Cups is shown. The Ten of Cups here is during the day. The Ten of Cups here is during the night. So we no longer have that rainbowy effect. And they have a bonfire going, and they're just sitting together with the cat and with an older person. We can assume is the father, like the patriarch of the family, or you know, a neighbor or whoever. And then, oh no, the Page of Cups has lost the fish. The fish jumped out of the cup. Hopefully he lands in the water. And then I never noticed that the Knight of Cups had fish in his dress, in his clothes. He is drinking. He got to where the mountains are, and he's drinking from the cup, taking a break. And then the Queen of Cups has opened the cup and is reaching for a fish inside. And there's a fish over here as well. There's a sun and there's a moon. We see the queen in a different angle as well. Sitting in the middle of a little islet. And then for the King of Cups, the King of Cups is also sitting in a different angle. He is pouring water from the cup into the middle of the ocean. Why is he in the middle of the ocean? That's a good question. We may never know. And there are ships, and there's a fish jumping away. And yeah, he's just looking down into the water. And those are my observations of the After Tarot, comparing to the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It was quite the trip. And yeah, this is just an exercise that I like to do sometimes with my decks. I did it a lot during my start of my tarot journey, especially with the Shadowscapes Tarot and the Wild Unknown Tarot and the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. I did this exercise with those three decks a lot during that time. So this just takes me back to a cool exercise of getting to know a deck. So yeah, let me know if you do this. Let me know what you thought and what you think of the After Tarot. Do you have this deck? Do you like to use it? Do you not use it? I don't know if I'm gonna use it, honestly. I might try it on for a few readings and see how it reads. But otherwise, it looks like a very cool storytelling tool that, yeah, I'm glad I have it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.